the last stop for today at our North Shore Merrimack Valley Toy Drive, and we are at one of our favorite locations. We're here with an incredible family at the China Blossom who have always been such great hosts for this toy drive. And we've got Warren Chu here. And Warren, you and your family have operated this restaurant for a very long time. It's a very notable place. It's an icon in the Merrimack Valley, and we are just so appreciative of you having us here back with you again today.
Well, thank you for coming here, first of all, and thanks for doing this every year. I think it's one of the coolest things. That's the best thing about the holidays. I think nowadays, there's a lot of just misery out there, and it's nice to see people doing the right thing.
Well,
so thank you for doing that.
Well, we're happy to do it, and you're helping them do the right thing. You got a big toy box here. It's getting filled up. People are coming through the door, with toys. And we want to remind folks that it is all about making a brighter holiday season for kids all across the North Shore and the Merrimack Valley. We want you to come by and see us here at China Blossom. Sure, it's a little bit rainy outside, but it's really bright and warm in here with holiday spirit. If you can't do that, we want you to go to our website, northshoreholidaytoydrive.org. You can see all of our partner charities here in North Andover. It's the YMCA, but you can donate online, and of course that makes a big difference as well. We'd love to see you, but if you can't get here, please go to the website, and you can also see our other sites where we're going to be stopping for the rest of today and tomorrow. But Warren, tell us a little bit about how things have been going here at China Blossom. Busy season, I'm assuming. Christmas time, a lot of folks coming in, a lot of parties.
This is when it starts getting busy for us. We, when everybody else gets to play, the hospitality business starts to work. So we all get to start running around like little elves right about now. So we start having Christmas parties, and all those things start happening from here on out. And then as everybody knows, in New England, for some reason, New Year's Eve is the big day. So that's coming up, and we're kind of gearing up. We're gearing up. Christmas Eve is the big day, New Year's Eve is the big day, and everything in between. But it's cool too because we get to see a lot of our friends. There's some friends that came in just for this tonight, but it's nice we get to see a lot of friends that come in and visit every year. And some people come from out of town because it's such a custom.
Yes,
and it blows my mind. So that's cool.
So tell me a little bit about New Year's Eve, which we know is a big time for Chinese food. Is New Year's Eve, do people come and can they eat inside, or is it mostly takeout? What's that balance look like?
Well, the dining rooms will be full, but the hardest thing for us to do is always going to be takeout, because we have a finite number of seats, but takeout. It's up to us to figure out how to limit that correctly.
Okay.
Right? But the big thing is just all day. It starts at around, sometimes usually around 2:30, and it will usually go all day. In the old days, it would go all night also, right? But now it's starting to end a little bit earlier than it has historically. Post-COVID, that's part of it. And, so it's interesting. Around 9 or 10 o'clock, it'll start slowing down.
Okay.
But it is a little crazy. It's going to be a little crazy. When I was a kid growing up here, this whole entire lobby would be filled with people standing like this. And then somebody would turn around and say, number 426 for John. And John would say, that's me. And the whole crowd would cheer, and they would part, and somebody would squeeze right through to get the picture. And they would come back next year and do it again, and it became part of the custom. So it's just funny how that works.
A little bit like hitting the lottery when your number comes up.
I think it's like kind of winning Keno, right? So, yeah,
well,
very interesting.
That's fantastic. So, do you advise folks to call early to get in that queue, or because you don't want them to be all calling at the last minute, right, in the evening?
Well, people call as early as, they call a little bit earlier for Christmas Eve.
Yep.
They will call a couple of days earlier for New Year's Eve.
Yep.
And, just tell us what time and so forth, and we'll have it ready for you.
Fantastic. You heard it here. They're going to take care of you here at the China Blossom no matter what, so that's important.
That's the key to happiness, right?
So tell us, what is one of the favorites that you have? We had a discussion off camera about General Gao's chicken, and you enlightened us that whether you're Cantonese or Mandarin, it's the same food, but with a little different name.
Well, the original, say in my father's generation, when the Chinese people came, a lot of them came from Canton, which is now known as Guangzhou. And Canton, if you think about it, the language Cantonese came from Canton, which is, Canton is very close to Hong Kong, so the two places will speak Cantonese. However, the official language of China is now Mandarin. So what happened is, General Gao's chicken, which a lot of people know it as, is the Mandarin version of General George chicken, which is what we have, which is Cantonese. So the same dude, same chicken, but it's just pronounced differently. So it's just like a phonetic translation.
You heard it here first. and you learned something about Chinese food on the North Shore Merrimack Valley Holiday Toy Drive, and you learned it from our host here at China Blossom. Warren, we just want to say thank you so much again, and I want to ask you, do you have any holiday greetings for the folks out there that are watching?
Be good to one another. That's all I ask. I think that's the coolest thing that we can do. That's the best thing we can all do for each other. And enjoy the holiday season for what it is.
A great, great message. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. All right, so we're gonna keep rolling here. And you know, one of the folks that came in through the door a little while ago is an old friend. He's in public safety. He's a first responder, and he is a dynamic leader of our North Andover Fire Department. And he actually brought us a small fire engine, and I thought that was very interesting. Probably the most affordable one that we've seen in quite a long time. But Chief John Weir, come on over here and say hello for a minute. Good to see you. So
definitely one of the affordable trucks. That's not the only one.
we really appreciate you taking some time. I know how busy you are. I know that you guys have been in the woods fighting fires for a long time because of the drought and the wildfire conditions that we've had. That seems to be improving over recent days and weeks.
Oh yeah, well, people, especially people who have not a lot of padding up top here, are feeling the rain right now. We're pretty happy for it because it's given us a break, because it certainly was so dry, all the red flag days, you know, coming down from the fire marshal's office and the state forest wardens and stuff. We're finally getting a breather from that, and we can rest a little easy on that now. So.
Well, and we really want to say thank you, because we know that you and your crews, and there was an incredible mutual aid effort all across the region. You were in the woods day and night, day after day after day, and you held up to it, but it had to be an incredible challenge in terms of manpower to be able to stay out there and have that kind of continuing effort.
Well, certainly it was, you know, we had multiple communities. I mean, it started in Middleton, and North Reading had theirs, and then we were over there helping them. And a lot of the same crews then ended up helping us when the Boxer State Forest started burning. And that ended up then spreading into Middleton and spread into Boxford. So certainly the North Andover crews, you know, our people did a great job. It was working as multi-communities, all working together, but it even went beyond that, all throughout the Merrimack Valley and beyond. You know, just assets helping us. I mean, we had over 650 acres burning, you know, at a given time, so it was a little challenging, but you know, be a little bit of chess games. Who can borrow which pieces this time? Okay, well, you need these pieces, we'll take those pieces. But it all worked, everyone worked together, and just a testament to a lot of good crews working together and a lot of everybody playing nice together, you know, and helping each other. So.
Absolutely. It was really heartening to see the way the mutual aid system worked. It was also heartening to see how the incident command system worked, to be able to integrate the efforts of so many different departments and to be able to work as a team, so there was no lost energy, no lost effort. It really was testimony to the leadership of the departments and all of the men and women of our fire departments. It was amazing.
Yeah, well, it's kind of funny you say that, because we all know the incident command system. That's what we all practice under, and it's, you know, this national model for multiple large responses. And it all started out in California with wildland firefighting. That's the infancy of it, and it's going from there. And of course, we've all been practicing that. And as you know, from the state level all the way down, or from the federal government all the way down, is, you know, been mandated. That's what we're going to learn, and it all played out properly. I mean, that's how. You know, you could have trucks from as far away as we had Sherborne, we had, at one time we had South Weymouth up here, but they'd come in and pull right in and right next to a Draker truck, a North Andover truck, and a Boxford truck, and, you know, everyone, integration just happens because we've been training that way, you know. Certainly a lot of help from the Marshal's Office, Department of Fire Service, the State Forest Wardens, added all kinds of infrastructure that allowed us. You know, even our partners like, you know, Verizon dropped off cell tower boosters for us and things like that. And, the regional dispatch center up in Danvers, they brought down radio caches that the Essex County Chiefs own and helped with that. So it was just a group effort that worked well together. So
an incredible effort, and we hope that you do get a little bit of rest. We know the weather outside, it's a little bit rainy today. We get some high winds. We're hoping that that's not going to trigger another situation that requires a lot of your effort.
Fingers crossed. We'll know about that by the time the night ends. We're ready if it comes. We'll do what we always do and make it work, Senator.
Well, we know that, and we're so proud of you and all of your colleagues in public safety and first response, particularly here in the North Andover Fire Department. We're so proud and thankful for you. And I want to give you an opportunity to give any kind of holiday greeting you would like out to the folks who are watching. And come this way so we can get you back on camera here.
Just Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Hanukkah, everything. It's a great time of the year. It's a good time for everybody to forget any little issues that are going on, smile, spend a little time together, and peace.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief John Weir from the North Andover Fire Department. Thank you so much. You know, I sometimes feel a little bit of pressure when I'm on this microphone, but I really feel pressure when a broadcast professional who is a legend in New England walks into the room. And that just happened, and I'm still trying to recover from it because broadcast legend Steve Cooper from Channel 7, WHDH, he just walked in here at China Blossom, and I'm feeling so much pressure because now I get to interview him.
Wow, give me that microphone. Come on, you're not going to give me that? Wow. He won't let go. He won't let go, just for the record. I do have a donation for a toy.
All right, Coop, thank you very much. We're going to put this
wow.
right in this box. Don't go away.
I won't, I just want the microphone.
You want me to get, here you go.
I can't get, it's stuck to your hand right. This is the first.
Coop, come this way. So, you know, the question that we all want to ask is, with the precipitation out there, is there any kind of a snack sled being readied for you to be out there in the weather?
It's funny you say that, Senator, because you know, since it's not snow and it's rain, I don't leave my house without my snack sled and my gifts for you. So here you go. Here's the Twinkies and the Devil Dogs.
Those are going right in the pocket.
Look, he leaves his microphone like that. That's glued to there. And he's got the Twinkies and the. Here you go. Here's a couple more for you because I know you're going to complain that I'm cheap.
Well, I don't want to take these away from you. I don't want you to be starving out there in the next blizzard.
And this is for the fire department, but I think the chief just left.
We'll make sure they get to them, Steve.
Exactly.
We appreciate you so much. We appreciate all the work you do to keep us informed on HDH. You are at every place, every scene, every time. I don't know if you drew the short straw a long time ago, but you're always out in a blizzard, and we appreciate that. What does it take to qualify to be the blizzard guy on Channel 7?
I'm not sure, but living in the Merrimack Valley here and spending a lot of time at China Blossom, probably 7 days a week getting dinner here and lunch and everything else. No, you know, you saw the chief earlier and the first responders out here. And, you know, really, I've lived in New England all my life. I grew up here. I don't want to date myself, but going back to the blizzard of '78 and well beyond that. So I've covered a few blizzards in my day, but certainly I'm not sure if it was the lucky or the unlucky part of my career that I have become the sort of the storm coverage guy for Channel 7.
Well, we're so lucky to have you. You know, I often say to folks, we used to watch Shelby Scott, right? You and I grew up watching Shelby Scott.
Yes, we did.
And poor Shelby was out there, you know, she had on a coat from Marshall's, and she had the hood up, and she'd be out there shivering, you know, and she was having a miserable time out there, but she got through it. We turn you on. Hey, I got cheese and crackers. I got a cake. I got a smorgasbord.
I had to step up the game a little bit. But I remember one of her last days, she came up to me and said, "Good luck, Steve," like that. And I was like, what does she mean by that? And she retired, and here I am today, handing out the snacks and shoveling. But I have to say one thing. In the worst storms, in the worst conditions, whether it's on the coast or anywhere in the Merrimack Valley, who shows up for the live shots? It's the state senator right here. Somehow he finds us. We don't even have to call you anymore, and you know to show up, which is a...
It's usually because I'm hungry.
There you go. You're not recording this, are you? And this isn't going to end up on social media. Why do I know this is going to end up somewhere I don't want it to be?
It's just between us, Steve.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I say to you. Exactly, Senator. You got it.
You know, one of the things that you also do so very well is cover a lot of situations that involve our public safety professionals. You know, Chief Weir was just here, and I think it's a good opportunity maybe for you to share some insight because they do an incredible job. And you always give them incredibly fair coverage, and it's important that the story gets out the way that it needs to be told with accuracy. And I thought you might comment a minute on just how lucky we are to have those professionals.
Well, I think that's what it is. A lot of people don't realize, you know, I've covered a lot of the bad things that happen, you know, officers killed in the line of duty. I've covered firefighters who have fallen in the line of duty. And I don't think people realize, but I always say this, you know, when they go to work, they should be able to come home. And it's a very dangerous job, and I think a lot of people don't realize that. I do, because I've covered it all. And I just like to make sure that the viewers at home see that in every story that we cover. And I think, just going back to the brush fires up here, just over the past couple of months, these men and women that were out here morning, noon, and night, we see it during the day, but we go home and put our heads on our pillows and go to sleep. They're still working. Their families are at home, and they're still working and trying to save lives. And I think a lot of it goes unnoticed, and I've sort of dedicated my career to make sure that people do notice what they do day in and day out.
You've done a remarkable job at it. We're lucky to have you. Now, there's rumor that on Christmas Eve you may be tracking Santa Claus for the viewers. Are you going to be out on 93 with the snack sled looking for Santa?
I mean, I hope I'm not, but if I am, hopefully you're right next to me, and we'll Rudolph right down 93, right? Exactly.
Absolutely.
If that's what happens, you'll be the first guy I'm calling. Don't worry. Don't shut your phone off on Christmas Eve.
Hey, the battery might run out. I don't know.
That's right.
But Steve, in all seriousness, you're a good friend. You're a great broadcaster. You're a great compliment to news and journalism in New England. And I just want to, first of all, I want to say thank you for all of that. I really want to say thank you for coming tonight. It was a complete surprise. It's a wonderful one.
That's what we like to do, Senator, surprise you a little bit along the way. We don't like to tell you everything. So you didn't read in the prompter. The next thing said, Steve Cooper is going to surprise Bruce Tarr. And here I am.
If I saw it, I wouldn't have believed it.
I know, you wouldn't have. Just read the prompter, Senator. Just read the prompter.
So, Coop, do you want to give a holiday message for everyone out there that's watching us?
Yeah, I just want to say Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, have a safe New Year to everybody, and we're looking forward to better things and another year, 2025, and I want to thank you for everything that you do. I know people really appreciate your work here as well.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Steve Cooper, WHPH.
I give me the microphone, I still can't get this thing. That is stuck to his hand right there, and that's a first for me.
All right, you saw it here first. I actually got to interview the interviewer. This was fantastic. I'm very envious of that Channel 7 jacket, though, too. I got to find out what the deal is with that. So, folks, we've got so many friends here, and it's turning into a wonderful celebratory event here at China Blossom, right in North Andover. We're going to be here for a little while longer. We've got a lot of people to talk to, so we're going to keep broadcasting. But I want you to come by and say hello. You've seen people come through this door. They're bringing toys. They're putting them in a box that's off camera, that's filling up. But every time that happens, it means a brighter holiday for a child on the North Shore in the Merrimack Valley. And this isn't just for the folks that you've seen already. It's for you, too. So come on by. And if you can't get by, please go to our website, NorthShoreHolidayToyDrive.org, and there you can make a cash contribution. A gift card is always welcome. And, if you can bring a toy, please bring it on down here, and we'd appreciate it. And if we raise $5,000 in gift cards and cash, I'll be singing Dominic the Donkey. So fair warning. I don't know that you're going to see it on Channel 7, but it could happen. So we want to make sure that people know about that. We're going to keep going because we've got so many guests here. And the next person we're going to talk to is somebody that really helps us put all this together. And those are the folks from the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. Now, Joe Bevilacqua was standing off camera pointing to his son Michael. We got more toys coming in the box right now, folks. But Michael Bevilacqua is going to step up to the plate here. Can I offer you a Twinkie, courtesy of Channel 7?
I'm going to save those to you for later. I know it's going to be a long night for you here, so
Right.
we think it's that 5,000, so.
All right, come on over and let's get you on the camera. So you've got a lot of exciting news. I don't know how much of it is public yet, but first of all, how long have you been with the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce? I'm guessing that it was pretty young because your father had you in an involuntary servitude over there.
Well,
how long has it been?
Well, I have been serving since I was about this big, but 13 years officially now. I've done every role you can, working my way up to the vice president. And as you mentioned, there's some exciting news. I'll be signing January 1st the new president and CEO of the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce. So some big shoes to fill, but it's an exciting time as well.
Let's give that a big round of applause. So, Michael, is it going to be, do you think the old man's going to be looking over your shoulder a little bit?
I think I'm going to send him to Gloucester to work with you a little bit.
Thanks, that'll be something to look forward to in the new year.
Yes, for both of us.
Yeah. You've always been a great partner in all of this. You help us partner with charities, you help this event run, and we so very much appreciate that effort because the Merrimack Valley Chamber is very much involved not only in direct business issues, but also in the quality of life of the community, and that means a lot.
Well, you know what? Something I've learned from my father every day is that things get done when people work together. And this is a great example of the Chamber working with yourself and China Blossom and our great nonprofit, the YMCA, and everyone else involved to get things done. And look at the box is full. We're going to need another box soon. It is a great thing to be part of this each and every year. We appreciate your support.
Well, we very much appreciate partnering with you. And tell us now, the transition is going to take place in the new year.
January 1st, yes.
Okay. What's on tap? I know the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce has approximately 600 events a year, and there's probably going to be one starting pretty close to the first of the year.
Well, the Merrimack Valley Chamber is the largest, most effective chamber in the entire world, I think. We have an event every single week, so we have the great new holiday mixer at the Linen Club, but also in January we start our year off with our annual Mayors and Town Managers Breakfast. We have the Lieutenant Governor, all the mayors and town managers throughout the Merrimack Valley, but again, each and every week there's at least one event going on, so we're looking forward to a great week. And if your business is not connected with the Merrimack Valley Chamber, make sure to reach out to us today.
Fantastic. And how can they do that? Website?
Yeah, MerrimackValleyChamber.com. Call us 978-686-0900. Office at MerrimackValleyChamber.com, or look up the Merrimack Valley Chamber on any of the social media platforms.
So lots of ways to find you, lots of ways to get involved.
Yeah, they come here right tonight, bring a toy, and come connect to the chamber.
I like the way you think.
Yeah.
Michael, thank you so much, and thanks to everyone at the Merrimack Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Thank you for all you do, and again, thank you to everyone who's donated toys and everyone for working together.
Thank you so much. Now, I got to put these Twinkies down because I'm going to be tempted to eat them on camera, and I don't want to do that. So we have a longtime friend and a former colleague, but still very much a friend, and that's Lenny Mira. And Lenny has made it with us to this toy drive many, many times here at the China Blossom, and he just came through the door again, and what a wonderful, wonderful surprise it is to see him. Lenny, thank you so much for being here. Come right over here.
Senator, wouldn't miss it, absolutely. I look forward to this every year.
So, it looked to me like you brought, you got to come this way just a little bit.
Yeah.
Looks like you brought a whole bag of toys in.
Absolutely, yeah. Soccer ball, a football, chess set, checker set. Do this every year. So thank you, Bruce, for doing this. Always a pleasure to do it.
Well, it's a pleasure to do it. It's a pleasure to work with people like you. And I just want to know, was it fun to go out and buy those toys?
Love buying toys. My kids are all grown. They're in their 30s. I don't have anyone to buy toys for, so look forward to this.
I was surprised I didn't see a bulldozer or some other piece of construction.
That'll be coming soon. Yeah.
Very good. So, Lenny, you had a very distinguished career in the legislature.
Thank
Now
you.
you're doing some other things. What's life like for you right now?
Life is really good. Mostly into real estate management development, doing that with the family business, and been blessed with a brand new grandchild a couple of months ago, so happy about that as well. So it's been an eventful year.
So, boy or girl?
Nice young lady, Penelope.
Penelope, wonderful.
Yes,
Congratulations.
absolutely. And Bruce, really, this is on behalf of the entire Mira family. Thank you so much for doing this. We look forward to it. No kid should wake up without toys under the Christmas tree on Christmas Day, and we're so thankful that you take the initiative. I know this is a lot of work. You put a lot of hours into this, Bruce. We're all very appreciative.
Well, thanks, Lenny. We could not do it without people like you. And, the Mira family has a great reputation. You all have done so much for economic opportunity in the region, for housing in the region, and we very much appreciate what you have done and what you continue to do. So, a huge thanks back to you and your family for everything you do.
Thank you, Bruce.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, Lenny Mira, thank you so much on behalf of the Mira family. So, we're on a bit of a Republican roll here, so while we're doing that, our good friend Kevin Dubey, the chair of the North Andover Republican Town Committee, is here, and Kevin's got a wonderful red shirt on. I really like the color and it matches.
Actually, can I tell you, I was at the Mass GOP Christmas party last night, and I was wearing a blue shirt. Amy came up to me and goes, "Why don't you have a red shirt on? I know you have a red shirt." So coming here tonight, I'm like, well, I better wear it. So Amy, if you're watching, I got the red shirt tonight.
Well, it looks great, Kevin, and it actually, it matches, so I appreciate that. And so you brought us a toy tonight as well.
I did. I brought you a few. Yeah, we brought a Elsa doll and a Lego, what's his name? Hawk from Avengers.
Oh, yes,
and,
yeah.
pack of Uno cards and something else. I don't know, a bunch of stuff. You know, we want to help out as much as we can.
Well, you know, we've been hearing a lot about Legos during the toy drive. Very, very popular this year. A lot of
Yes.
kids looking for them, so it's great that you brought us some.
Legos have been popular since we were kids.
Well,
What are you talking
that's
about? Not
true.
just this year. They've been when did they come out? Like 75, and they've been the thing ever since. I mean, I don't know about you. I had Legos when I was a kid. My kids had Legos, and they are the things. They're so much fun, and they're a great creative toy. And you know, I love that. 2 years back, they branched out and they started the Legos Friends things. Obviously, they were getting profit from tapping into the girl market, but my daughters loved them. We had displays all around the house. So,
Wow.
anyway.
Thanks for making me feel a little bit older, Kevin. I appreciate that. But you know, your wife is here with you. She's off camera.
is.
I'm not
Come on
sure
over,
why
Jen.
that
Come on,
is, but
Jen,
she
come
can come
here.
over here and join us. She's a little bit reluctant. She reminds me a little bit of myself. I'm very shy about being on camera as well.
Oh yeah, Bruce, we know that.
So
Yeah.
we want to thank you for coming and for your role in helping us to get the toys here as well.
Thank you. I hope that you have great success with it.
She actually picked them out. So.
Well, the toy box is filling up for sure. Now, I know that you have a Christmas party coming up. You want to tell us about that?
We do. A week from tonight, 7 o'clock till about 10 at Culpepper's, over behind Stop and Shop in North Andover. We're having a Christmas party. We'll have some food, drinks, some good times. You know, the Republicans definitely have a lot to celebrate this year. So please come down. Anybody with earshot, come on out, come on by. We'd love to have you.
Fantastic. All right, we want to thank you both, and let's give you a big round of applause. Thank you so
Bruce.
much for being here. All right. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And the toy box is filling up, ladies and gentlemen. You can't quite see it right now, but it's to my left, your right, and the toy box is overflowing with the generosity of all these folks. We're going to pan over so you can see it. Jessica Marjota, who is doing such a wonderful job of keeping us on the air and broadcasting for this entire toy drive. We want to say thanks to her. We also want to say thanks to Greg Blagden of Cape Ann Web Design, who designed and is operating the website that makes all this possible. And don't let him do it for nothing. Go on that website, NorthShoreHolidayToyDrive.org, and make a contribution to any one of our partner charities. And speaking of partner charities, the one here is the YMCA, and I want to ask our representative of the YMCA to come over here. And first of all, let's come over here so we get you in camera range.
Senator Tarr,
All right. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh my gosh, thank you. Really appreciate all of this effort that you're doing for our YMCA Toy Drive, as well as all the other charities in the North Shore that you're supporting.
Well, we're happy to be partnered with you. You know, the Y does so much work, not only for kids, but for people throughout the age spectrum in so many ways, whether it be housing, education, athletics. It's just amazing how much fits into the mission of the YMCA.
Yeah, and thank you so much. So I didn't even have to hand you that script because Senator Tarr is such a big supporter of what we do in every way. This toy drive is not, this is not your first, support of the YMCA. I mentioned earlier, saw you down in the North Shore at the housing opening. You're a big supporter of the work that we do in child care and that funding. We've talked before about how it's important for children to get a great start on their learning, but it's also an economic development issue, so folks can work and they can be involved in education and training programs. So I appreciate your support on that.
Well, happy to do it. One of the things we talk about is that a toy at Christmas time is more than just a toy. It's a little bit of economic pressure off a family that may have to be choosing between priorities in terms of heating their home and putting food on the table. But it's also a symbol that people in our region care about that family and that child. And in many ways, that is the transcendent message here.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's really inspiring that in our toy drive alone, and we know that there's a lot of organizations helping folks this time of year. In our toy drive, we're going to help 1,000 families in the 4 towns of Andover, North Andover, Lawrence, and Methuen that RY works with. We also provide them with gift cards for meals and things like that. And it's really inspiring, all the help we get and all the work that we do. But at the same time, it's the fact that there's so many people in need, is an issue. So,
Well,
but we're everyone here, and we're all doing our part to make things better. So.
You sure are, and we're happy to help you do that. You do so much work making sure the toys go to the right place, that the families are supportive, and we're just hoping to provide you with the fuel to be able to do that, because you all do it so well.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. It's great. Yeah.
Well, so tell us a little bit about, is there anything special happening at the Y right now this time of year?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'd probably get in trouble if I don't say this. I got to thank Tish Bachman.
Okay.
So Tish is organizing our entire toy drive. So she's the one who's going to be getting all these toys. She's going to wrap them. She's going to make sure they get delivered to families. And Tish does this all volunteer. She's not a Y staff person. So I got to first of all say thanks to Tish for all of that work. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting things. The Chamber was just with us last week. We just opened a brand new child care center in Andover at South Church. We're getting ready for our big, membership drive in January. We have a beautiful facility here in Andover, North Andover, 100,000 square foot facility. So there to help people get healthy, there to support families and children. So yeah, a lot of exciting things happening.
Oh, absolutely. So you just heard it. There's a membership drive coming. So if you want to be part of all of what you just heard and so much more, get involved with the Y. How do they do that? Is there a website that they can go to or phone number? We just lost our lights, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. How do they do that?
Yeah, they can connect with us, www.mvymca.org. That's how they can get in touch with us, and they can volunteer, they can learn more about what we do, all of those areas.
Fantastic. Well, we want to thank you for what you do every day, and we certainly want to thank you for what you're doing in the holiday season. I want to ask you, do you have a message for the people that are watching us out there for the holiday season?
Yeah, everyone out there, happy holidays. I wish you the best in 2025. Thank you for all that you do for our community, and looking forward to great things next year.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Senator.
And happy holidays.
Appreciate
Thank
you.
Appreciate you very much. I do want to mention that North Andover Cam is here, and they're off camera, but they're actually on camera because they're actually recording us as well. And we just saw a little bit of interagency cooperation. As soon as our light went off, their light came on. And it's just a little bit like what Chief Weir was describing in the fire service a little while ago, with people working together and helping each other out. So we're going to keep going here. We've got a little bit longer at the China Blossom, and we're going to talk to somebody next who is an incredible champion for those folks that have physical challenges and other mental health challenges as well in the community. She's someone that we've been working with for many years. She's got a lot of accomplishments to her credit in terms of making things more accessible, more hospitable, and she is a tireless champion. And I know that because my phone, I think she has me in speed dial, and we do hear from her fairly regularly, if you know what I mean. So let's bring on Phyllis Jones to come on over. Phyllis, thank you so much. Come on over. Great to see you.
It's wonderful to see you too, and this is kind of like a different thing because usually you're on my show.
Yes.
Every year in February, and we've got that coming up this February, and you're our 50th guest.
Oh my goodness, you booked that already? Okay.
As soon as we knew what episode was going to be 50th, I know people in your office, and we booked that.
Well, that will be an honor. This is like what I was just going through with Steve Cooper. Usually he's holding the microphone, not me. And with you, now I'm holding the microphone, not you. So, it's a little bit of an honor here to be doing that.
Actually, the biggest honor is the fact that North Andover Cam tapes our episodes, and they're still here speaking to us.
Absolutely. Yeah, and we do want to make sure we say thanks to North Andover Cam for being here. They will carry this coverage as well of the event, and it's so important because people need to know what a generous, supportive community this is, and that coverage will help them to remember that and be reminded of it.
And people really need to remember that community broadcast television is out there, and it's a fantastic resource that is underutilized, and it's in every town and city, and I personally think North Andover Cam is the tops of the tops.
You are a little bit biased. But so your show that's put on by the Disability Committee, I want to get the name right.
The North Andover Commission on Ability Assistance.
I knew you would have a better title than I was going to use, so thank you for that. But this will be the 50th show ever coming up in February?
The 50th show ever in February.
Wonderful. That is amazing. And is it fair to say that you've been in every one of those shows? I'm guessing that's true.
Yes, it is. I have booked every guest. I have worked with North Andover Cam on every guest. I have gotten guests in from not only locally, but we've had guests as far away as Minnesota, believe it or not, and they come in remotely to talk about what services they have to offer that are still, even though they're in Minnesota, let's say, that are still offered to residents of North Andover.
Incredible. There is truly no limit to the reach of Phyllis Jones. I can say that for sure.
You might want to ask my cousins in Australia about that.
So Phyllis, on the show you've covered a whole range of topics and it's always been impressive and just a wide range of things. Is there going to be any particular focus in the new year as we begin your essentially 50th season?
Just the more of the same, and what I always ask everybody is, what do you want to learn more about? You know, is there a specific disability that you want to learn more about? Is there a specific agency or idea that you want to learn more about? Because I'm always looking for new agencies, new ideas, new places to go. I'm constantly going to all these little fairs, and when I see a little agency pop up, hi, would you like to be on, to try to generate? Because I've had a lot of people from other towns reach out to me and say, wow, we didn't know we could get that service in our area, but we happened to see your show. You know, and some of our shows are very local, like when we have the town manager on and the town clerk on, but then we have more regional shows, like when you come on, for example, and you're telling us what's going on Beacon Hill. Well, that's not just North Andover based, that touches the entire Commonwealth.
Absolutely. So help us understand, if somebody has an idea for a show or something they want to see covered, how do they get that? And come this way a little bit. We drifted off camera, Phyllis. But tell us a little bit, how do they reach you to provide that information?
Best way is probably to email me at pjones@northandoverma.gov.
Okay.
And that's probably the best way. Or they can call Town Hall, which don't ask me the phone number, that's why I have a teleprompter. And they can ask for the town manager's office and they can relay a message for me.
Fantastic. Well, we know that everybody in North Andover knows Phyllis Jones. So all I have to do is ask somebody and they're going to make their way to you.
I think you're being a little kind there. Just a little bit.
But you know, I also want to give credit to Mary Ann Ney from my staff who is with us today and helping with this toy drive, because she too operates in that space and is an incredible advocate for folks with challenges.
Oh, most definitely. In fact, her son sits on our commission.
Incredible.
And because of what he's seen his mom have to live with throughout her life, that's why he got involved and works on our commission with us, and he's a North Andover resident.
Fantastic. Like I said, no one escapes the reach of Phyllis Jones. But I do want to ask for your perspective about one particular thing, and that is the importance of a toy in the holiday season. Because we know that it's about so much more than just the physical toy in that moment. It's about a sense of caring, it's about a sense of community support, and it really can make a big difference for a family at this time of year who might not otherwise be able to afford that toy.
It's also about mental health. We've been having, especially with our youth, since COVID, a tremendous issue with mental health with our children. And something as simple as a toy can assist them with just a little bit of helping their mental health, which right now goes a long way.
So well said. Phyllis, we want to thank you for everything that you do. Obviously, we're thrilled that you're here tonight, but you are about so much more than that, and every day you are making a difference in the lives of people that really need your help. So thank you so much.
Thank you for inviting me. I love it when you invite me to come on.
We're happy to have you. What about a holiday wish for people that are watching out there?
To everybody, no matter what you celebrate, no matter how you celebrate, have a wonderful holiday season. Enjoy it.
All right. Phyllis Jones, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Okay, so I'm looking at my watch and I realize that we are almost out of time here at China Blossom, but we are not out of time for this toy drive. So you can go to our website, northshore holidaytoydrive.org, and you can find all of our partner charities, including the YMCA, but others as well in other communities. We want you to make a contribution. If you can't come and bring a toy, and I certainly hope you can, but if you can't, please go to the website and make a contribution that way, because it will make an incredible difference for a child in our communities in this holiday season. And you know what? That child is going to look back and remember that in the holiday season, somebody else cared about them, and the community cared about them, and they belong in that community. It is about so much more than just a simple toy, and it can be life-changing. So we want you to do that. We want to thank Greg Blagden from Cape Ann Web Design for putting that together. Thank you so much. We want to thank Jessica Marjota, our incredible communications director in my office, for making this all work and making it all happen.
Bruce, they can drop the toys off at the chamber during the week.
Okay, so Joe is giving signals from the bench here, and Joe has been just absolutely amazing, and I know he's going to be transitioning out of his current role, but this is as good a time as any for us to give him a big round of applause. Thank you so much. Well, thanks, Joe. You know, you're always one of our first calls, and every time when we call,
We always say yes.
all you'd say is yes, and what do you need? And we really appreciate that. Joe's reminding me that you can drop off toys here at the China Blossom until Wednesday, and so you can do that, and we'd appreciate it, and they'll get to the right place with the Y, and the Y will get them to the families that need them. So it is getting time to wind down. I also want to thank Crystal Papanicholas, who has been with us today as a volunteer all day. I think in the parlance of LA and high entertainment, she would be what we'd call the key grip, because she's been holding us up all day long to help us out. And Mary Ann Nay's been great with those bells. She's been fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been a great evening here in North Andover, and we just want to express our appreciation to everyone that's made it possible. And remember that if you came tonight, if you contributed while we were on the air, if you did anything to help us out, you have made a difference in the life of a child and the life of a family. And in the holiday season, is there anything better than that? Probably not. So we appreciate everything very much. We're going to be back on the air tomorrow. You can see our schedule again at NorthshoreHolidayToyDrive.org. You can see all the places we're going to be tomorrow. Please come and visit us if you can. If you can't, please make a contribution. And you know what? One of the great things about this event is it highlights just how generous people in our region are. And that generosity makes a huge difference. So thank you all for making it all possible. And we're going to sign off for right now, but we'll be back tomorrow.